Good morning. We're here to work on, upside down. So Many Books, So Little Time by Diamond Art Club. It is a 56 by 109. It has 53 colors, and we're on a newish section, if you will. I started that last time at the very end. And I did quite a bit of it. So let's start with maybe with the down arrow. The down arrow is what number? It is case number 30 and it's DMC 814. I tell you, I love these little containers. It comes in a zippered pouch and everything is just neatly in there. Like I have a zippered pouch that I put in there in the top. That's where I put all my diamond painting pens, my trays. So everything is all in there. I don't have to look for anything, before I start. It's just like I take out that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do though? I forgot to put new wax on my pen. And I was down to, I literally balled the wax together to try, to fill my pen. And it's not working. It's like hard and it's not working. So I just went and got a new wax and we'll refill the pen. I know I didn't have to do it that many times, but hey, I just want to make sure it's nice and full. Actually, I'm going to keep one out. See, this is no good. Boop, it's got some burrs on it. Keep one out, so if I need to change, I think I'm going to do the same format. I'm going to do an hour. And I find after talking for an hour, I'm kind of like, okay, time for a break. And today, the first thing I'm going to do when I go upstairs, I think, is I'm doing a clean with me video for, to put up on the channel or whatever. And I did part 1. It's going to have 5 parts, I think. I kind of, in my mind, divided the scrapbook room in 5 parts. And so today I'm going to work on part 2. I was going to do that yesterday. And by the end of the day, even middle of the day, I was so exhausted. Mason wants to play soccer this summer. He hasn't played since 2021. And he wanted to try out for AAA and AA, so that's the tryouts this week. I mean, the kid hasn't played in I don't know how long, so I don't know if he's gonna make, like a competitive team or not. I don't know. Doesn't matter. As long as he's out there this summer and, running around, having fun, it'll be good. So he had one of his tryouts yesterday. One, because there's 4 sessions, but I think you get cut after each session, like they cut some kids out. So the next one is on Friday if he makes it to there. And so that was from 9:45 to 11. So we left a little early. We left at 9. We went to one of our hardware store here because they were having soil and stuff like that on for really, really cheap, like 50% off. So we got cow manure. It was $1.99 a bag. They're not super big bags, but big enough. I think one bag is probably going to be enough for one bed, I'm thinking, and we'll see. It might need 2 bags per, so maybe we should have gotten 12. Anyway, we got 10. It's a good start. And then we got just soil because we are adding 3 beds. We started with 3 beds last year. just to see if I would even like it, right? Because I never wanted to do a garden before. I didn't have time, I think. It does take a lot of time, you know, like even starting the seedlings and taking care of them and, you know, planting the seed and up-potting the seeds and then planting them in the garden. And what takes even longer is preserving the stuff at the end of the year. And I don't even have, you know, like a humongous garden. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine people that have like huge gardens. They must do that like all day. Well, I found it hard last year because I was working on a class for October's Scrapathon. And I was doing all of that. And Mason had tryouts and, you know, all that stuff. So I decided that this year, like when it comes time to do that, I'm not doing anything else. So if I want to do a class, I'm going to have to start getting it ready. Actually, at this point, I probably have to start getting it ready soon. Having the baby now, like it really kind of cuts down on the amount of time that I have. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get ahead on Patreon and then on YouTube. And this is where this, you know, this is for, right? YouTube. Although I want to do more scrapbooking videos for sure. So, but this is a good way to start off the morning. Do you know what I mean? Like instead of like getting up and it's like go, go, go. I'm getting up and I'm going to, you know, I film one of these and then I go upstairs and then I just, you know, go, go, go. And then I'll come back down later and I'll do the second part of this. So I'll do an hour right now and then I'll do 30 minutes later. Because I really want to finish this. And the reason I'm doing 2 a week right now of these is because I'm trying to catch up. I'm behind because I wanted to do at least 52 this year to try and finish this thing. And I should have counted how many, because I know that one section like this takes me two times, so 3 hours, right? And I should have counted how many squares of these I have, and then I could figure out whether I have enough of 52. I think next one I do for next year, that is what I'm going to do. Actually, as we get closer, maybe I can kind of do that maybe today before I go upstairs. Kind of figure out, and then, you know, figure out how many sessions I'm going to need. And then see, and I know I've already done 14. This is session 15. You probably just saw 12, I think. Yes, 12 it just went up. I have to edit 13 today, and that's going to go up on Wednesday. And I already have Saturdays done. So this is for next Wednesday. So it's going to be quite a bit ahead, you know, but that's okay. I'd rather that than not do it at all, right? So I'm trying to get ahead on this, and then I want to get ahead on YouTube videos too. So I think today I'm gonna start filming. Well, I got to do the clean up there, clean number 2. So that's 5 weeks of videos that I have, because I divided my room in 5 sections, and I think it's less overwhelming. If I know, okay, I'm going to do section 1, which by the way, section 1 took me an hour, and it was the right side of my desk. And I knew that was going to take me a long time because, you know, now I have the baby and stuff, I don't have a lot of time. So I'm like just doing and leaving the room, right? Like by the time, oh, what is all this? Holy moly. Whole bunch of just all over the place here. Okay, I couldn't even tell you what numbers those are, but okay. So I go upstairs, I get, you know, 2-3 videos to film, and then I don't have time to clean up because then I move on to the next thing. So this last weekend was the first weekend we didn't have. I think it had a lot to do because usually what I do is I go all week, and then on the weekend I'll take a couple of hours and I'll clean up. Well, where we had 4 tournaments in a row, we weren't home for a lot of those weekends. 3 of those 4 weekends we were not home. So I didn't get to clean up. So now it's all falling, you know, like it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So now I'm going to clean up. That's the number one thing I want to do. So I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to clean up. Today, I'm going to do a couple Patreon videos too, but I'm going to clean up first. Do a couple Patreon videos. And then I want to do a Make a Page Kit one. I want to do 15 pages. 15 or 20. I want to do 20 pages for my crop I'm going to on June 1st. And when I do pages for a crop, I make them a little bit more involved because I do like the journaling and all that. So, I mean, we're the beginning of May, so I want to make sure that I have time to get those done before June 1st. So I want to start now. So I want to do maybe 5 pages today. So that'll be like 4 videos for me, right? If I do 5 pages per video. So, I'm going to choose the pattern papers first, and then I add the embellishments. And for those, I even add like the pictures and everything, but probably the pictures and everything, like that area or that part of it, it will all be in one video. So that's like video number 6 or whatever. I don't know, I have to go look at my procedure, if you will, of how I do these, because it is different than when I do them for home. So, and then, I don't know, we'll start with those, and then, that's going to be 4 weeks, like till I go to my crop. And then after that, I'll probably move into, okay, now let's get, Project 100 going again. And try to get 100 page kits ready for my scrap room. So when I do lives, when I do, pages or whatever, I have page kits ready. So that's my plan for that. And then once I do and I plan on doing a live every week. So I'm going to do a live tomorrow. It took me a month to get sort of like situated with the baby and everything, and kind of get enough ahead that I feel comfortable, spending 2 hours on a live, and then, then I won't have to work till 10 o'clock to get my commitments done. You know what I mean? So I'm finally at that spot. So tomorrow, that's going to be tomorrow. So what are we today? May 6th. So May 7th, I'm going to have a live. And next week, I have to look and see. It's probably going to be Wednesday, probably Thursday next week, because I don't think I have her Wednesday and Thursday next week. So that'll work. There we go. Oh, and I have to remember the pictures are on for 10 cents each till May 8th. So that's one thing I have to do this afternoon is order, I don't know, maybe 400 pictures or something, 300 pictures, maybe $30 worth. 300 pictures. And then get that done. I talked about how Katie was going to sleep over with the baby on Friday night because her husband had a gig and she wanted to because the baby's been waking up almost every night, and she wanted to give him the chance to sleep because he had to work the next day. So they came over. No way would the baby go to bed. I think, because I watch her, I think she was afraid that her mom was going to put her to bed and then leave again, right? Because she came home, like after work, fed her, and then left again and went just to our little town here to get diapers, and she went to get a few snacks or whatever for the evening, right? So I don't know if the baby thought, I'm not going to sleep because you're just going to walk out if you're not gonna be here. She is so attached to her mom. Oh my goodness. So it wasn't even 10, and she's usually in bed at 8, right? And Katie was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go home because she's not gonna go to sleep. Like, will not. She went home, and she lives about 10 minutes away, 12 minutes away. And by the time she unpacked everything and she had the dogs and, everything, she sent me a message and said, like half an hour later, she's like, and she's down. She went to sleep right away, and she slept till 7:45 the next morning. And then usually her naps, I've talked about this before, they're like half an hour, 45 minutes at the most. Well, Saturday she went down at 10:30 and she slept till 1:30. So that's really good. She was exhausted. So poor little Peanut. It's a big adjustment for her too. Like, her mom just started a month ago, right? So it's still new. Oops. I mean, we have a good time, her and I. Like, I basically dedicate my day to her. I'm trying to put her in her playpen and kind of walk away, and I stay in the same room, and, maybe I'll feed my sourdough or something like that. That only takes me like 5 minutes, right? Or I'll put the dinner dishes in the dishwasher. I'm trying to get her used to it. But most of the time, I'm in the playpen with her playing, or we're sitting on the couch and snuggling. And last week, we watched Rio, and she loved it. Loved it. It was Mason's favorite when he was a baby. And it's about birds, and it's in Rio de Janeiro, and it's so colorful, and it's got so much music, and she just loved it. Loved it. There's one part that one of the birds, like, he raps and he says, gotta get that girl. Well, she laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. And so the rest of the afternoon, I was doing that, and she was just roaring. She thought it was great. So we're still working on her sign language, stuff like that. Reading books. I meant to go get some this weekend, but like I said, we went to Home Hardware. We got some cow manure. We got the 3-in-1 mix. And then I got some mulch because I read that to lightly mulch your garlic. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, it's supposed to be nice tomorrow, I'm going to go and I'm going to add, we bought some blood meal yesterday too. So I'm going to put blood meal, cow manure. I'm going to move, the earth around the garlic. And then I'm going to lightly mulch it around the garlic. So, and I'm thinking probably mulch will break down, right? I got to do a little bit of research before I do that. Because, I mean, I plan on using those beds again next year, right? So I don't want all that mulch. Like I said, I'm not going to put a lot. And we'll probably move our garlic to different beds this season, because you plant them in October, so it's going to be this year. But we'll plant them in different beds, just because they, you know, take a certain nutrient than, let's say, tomatoes. So we'll probably put them in the tomato beds and then put the tomatoes where the garlics were, and so on and so forth. Kind of move the garden around. And so we were just going to add 2 more beds. But then where the soil was so cheap, we saved half. So I'm like, hey, that's the price of a bed, right? Like what we saved, that's the price of a bed. So we managed, we're gonna build another one. So he built the second one yesterday. So he only has a third one to build. So I'm like, yes, 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 yes. And I'm gonna watch the hardware store, and let's say if the 2x4s go on sale or something, haha, maybe we can build a 4th one. So, yay, we were talking about the chicken coop yesterday, and you know, what we could do or whatever. And so hopefully once all that's done, the next thing we want to do is clean out our garage, have that done. We might do a little bit of how we want to organize the basement, but that's more like a winter project. The problem is winter, we're so busy. Something just fell on this. I don't know where it went. Hopefully I'll find it. Okay, so now let's do this one, which is number 16, which is DMC 498. 16, 498. Oh, I forgot all of these. Oh well, let's do those first. I totally missed all of those. Oh well. We'll start with these, and then we'll go back and do those, because there's only a couple of rows, so I might as well do them, right? Might as well do them. So what I'm gonna do is for the first ones there, I'm gonna do, you know, whatever the symbol, I'm gonna do it over on this side too. And then as I get closer to my hour and a half, then I'm gonna concentrate on an area and get it done. So whichever is gonna be the smallest with the bit of time we have left, right? So I don't like to take out the same colors like 50 times. So if this is open, I want to get it done. I'm going to keep this symbol last because there's quite a bit, and there's quite a bit on this side. So that could be, okay, well, that'll be the last one I do. And I won't do this side. I'll keep that for next time, because it's almost like a quarter of this side too, so it's all good. So I finished Sky Hunter. It was really good. I gave it like 4.75. And what I like about Story Graph, one, you get all those, what do you call it? Like pie charts and stuff. Like it tells you your, statistics, if you will. I think you get more if you pay monthly, but I'm not going to do that. Like, reading is not my job, you know what I mean? So it's not that important, but it's nice. But what I love is that you can give it 3/4 stars, right? So 4.5, 4.25. Like, I wish Goodreads would do that. Like, Goodreads, like, you have enough people, it should warrant that you could upgrade your app to do that. It's doable. Do it. Because I totally want to, be able to give 1/4 stars, 1/2 stars. Because sometimes I'm like, it's better than a 4 stars, but it's not a 5. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be my all-time favorite book of all times, but it was a really good book. Or sometimes it's like, it's not quite a 4 stars, but it's not a 3 stars either. Do you know what I mean? Like, so then you could do like 3.5 or 3.75. So it's more accurate. So I finished that, really loved it. I started, because I'm cleaning my room, I'm like, okay, I got to start an audiobook that is super long, right? So I started the 4th book in the Wheel of Time, which is The Shadow Rising. And it was like 39 hours. I'm like, okay, that's a long time. It won't take me that long to clean my room, but at least it gives me something to listen to. And I started making flares too. So I was listening to that while I was making the flares. So that was good. But I don't listen at 1 speed. I listen at 1.75. So it brought it down to 24 hours, I think. So I listened to 4% of that. So that was good. That was good. I got that done. Okay. And I'm also reading Faybound. I have 3 books going on the go, right? The audiobook is more like when I have time, when I'm, is that it? No, I think that goes there. Yeah. Because remember, one fell. I have no idea where it went. The audiobook is when I'm doing something else and I want to still be listening to something, like feeling productive. This morning, Dave got a late start leaving. We're going to do these again there, which is DMC 814. Got a late start going, so I'm like, well, instead of just not doing anything, I got up and I made my bed, and then we had put the dishwasher on last night. So I put the dishes away, and then I put just a little bit of dishes that from this morning, like he made his breakfast and then he got his lunch ready. So it dirties some stuff, right? Because he took some leftovers, so it was in a few containers. So he condensed it to one. So there was the leftover, like the dirty container. So I put all that in the dishwasher while I was waiting for him to get ready and leave. So I'm like, hey, I won't have to do that later. So I feel like I'm ahead of the game. But it also means that I started filming late. But that's okay. It means less stuff that I have to do later. I want to maybe make a spaghetti sauce today. Question mark. Oh, another place we went to yesterday. We wanted to get strawberries. There's a veggie store here, and they had flats of strawberries for $10. It was like, oh, I want them so bad. We got there, sold out. Now, of course, we left and they got some like an hour after we were there. So I think Dave's gonna go today. And if you buy these are a little bit more expensive. It's 8 1-pounds and they're $20. But if you get that, if you buy it, you get a flat of either English cucumbers or baby tomatoes. And it's like, well, that's worth it then. You know what I mean? So I told him to get the English cucumbers because his sister got the tomatoes because she made it the first time and got baby tomatoes. So I said, well, we'll give her some cucumbers and she'll give us some tomatoes. So this week we'll be able to have like salads and stuff. So there was 3 colored peppers, 3 in a package, and you could get 4 packages for $5. So I got them. And then we went to Costco and I got mushrooms. So I'm gonna make my veggie stuff that I make, you know, that I cut up veggies and I put it in the freezer. And then I just made some not that long ago, but it was just too good of a deal to pass up. Now, usually I put green peppers in my spaghetti sauce, but I'm gonna put, because I have those, I'm gonna put a yellow one and maybe a red one in my spaghetti sauce. It's okay. They're all sweet. And remember the other day, I think I mentioned that here, I had celery in the fridge that I needed to cut up. So hey, boom. I just need to take those out and I just dump them. Well, actually I like to fry them now. So I'm gonna fry them. I cut up a bunch of onions too, so I'll do that. Onions, I have green peppers frozen too, so I might just need one colored one. And boom, my spaghetti sauce is gonna come together so quickly because it's the cutting. Oh my gosh, I make a huge pot. And it's the cutting of the stuff. So I think the only thing I'm gonna have to cut is mushrooms. So yay. So I might try to squeeze that in today, but that's, today, I was gonna say, usually that's what we have then for supper, right? But tonight we bought those chicken pot pies from Costco. We're gonna do number 7. So that's what we were gonna do. I think I'm gonna go and see the expiry date on it. And that'll decide whether we'll have spaghetti or the chicken pot pie. And it's fine because then Dave can just cook some noodles and then, or no, he can have chicken pot pie for lunch tomorrow. Anyway, I did most of it so, well, I didn't do it yet. I want to do most of it so that I can put spaghetti sauce away, but also that I can make maybe little lasagnas and stick them in the freezer. Kind of do a little bit of meal prep, you know? So I guess I better order those little foil thingies for, I have to decide if I want the 8.5 by 6.5 or if I'm gonna go for the 9 by 13. 9 by 13 just looks so big to me. I'm thinking 8 by 8 might be better, but you can't get as many. I don't know what to do. I wanna, you know, oh, there it is. There. No, that's this. That's not that one because I think this is this one, yeah. So that's not it. I don't know where that diamond went. Is that one okay? Oh, sorry. I can see light through that one, but whatever. It's not a burr, and I don't think in the overall it's gonna show. It's not as if it's going to have light behind this, right? Behind the canvas. There. Done. Done, done. Number 7. Okay, what do I want to do next? Let's do the hourglass. Hourglass is container 50, and it's DMC 3787. It's kind of a green. I keep throwing them everywhere. Let's pick them up here. There's another one that went over here. Okay, let's get this one done. How are we doing on time? 35 minutes. Pretty good. Probably what I'll do is I'll do the hourglass and then this that I do both sides, and then I think it's going to work out perfectly. Keep this for the last half hour probably is how it's going to work out to be, which is fine. I didn't think I'd be able to get all that done in this one session. There wasn't enough done. So it's okay. So that means the next time I'll be able to do this and then start on that last one for that row. Another row done. That's gonna, so that should be next week. Because I'm gonna do another one tomorrow because I have the baby Wednesday and Thursday. If she slept for an hour, this would be the perfect thing to do while she's sleeping, because I could be right here. And, you know, she sleeps just next door to this, the room next door. But half an hour, I guess I could do half an hour. And then I would have to leave it there all afternoon. No, that would drive me nuts. And do the second half hour, you know, the second nap. I think that would drive me bonkers. So I think I'm gonna keep it to until she sleeps an hour. I think it's because it's still strange here, right? So when she gets used to being here, then like she knows me, like I was, you know, seeing her like 3 to 4 times a week, talking to her 3 or 4 times a day on FaceTime. So she saw me a lot, so she knows who I am. But it's still not her mommy, right? Not her mommy. Okay, so we're gonna do that up here. Might need to take my sweater off. It was kind of chilly in here when I got up this morning. So I turned up the heat. And that's fine, because I wear shorts all the time. It was supposed to rain all day, but it looks like it is not. So I definitely want to go for a walk. And tomorrow, even though I'm doing a live, I want to go for a walk. So now I'm thinking I probably will want to go for a walk before, because if I leave it for after, I'm just so exhausted after the live that I'm just like, no. But if I do it before, then it's done. But I have to see, you know, time-wise, how I'm gonna do this. I would love if I could film 2 of these in one day, because it does take a bit of time. That could be my walking time tomorrow, right? Or, oh, I know what I could do. Go walking in the morning and then do this after the live, because that I'm sitting down. It's not like going for a walk, right? So that might work. That might work. Or I could do it because Mason has 2 hockey practices this week, and I don't go to them anymore because I watch the baby and it's just too much. I don't want to take her there unless it's a game, you know. And So when she leaves, it's still going to be a couple, 3 hours before Dave comes home. So then I could technically film when there. So I could do that. Let's do this one. That's number 18, and it's DMC 600. So I could do that. Okay. Because normally I'd be able to film one on Friday this week, but I won't be able to because it's a hockey tournament and Mason's going to be here, so I won't be able to. We have 2 hockey games and a soccer tryout on Friday. So I think my day Friday is going to be full enough. So for TV shows, what we're watching is right now Survivor. Forever Survivor. I love Survivor. I will be watching whatever seasons they come up with. I just love it. And also we watch The Amazing Race. I don't think I would ever, like if I was younger, I mean, there's people my age that go and do Survivor. I don't think I would ever, I'm not even tempted to want to do Survivor. I love watching it, but there's no way. The bugs, no. But Amazing Race, I would love to do that. And, you know, there was one, sometime like a few years ago, I was like, oh, I don't know if I could do those suspended things, you know, like going up high in the air. Yes, you're tied. I don't know if I could do that. But we ended up doing Trigo here, and it was high. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I was just like, you know what? Yup. I could do. Well, the jumping, which I did do that, but it wasn't as high. We did zip lines. We did a pretty big zip line, but it's the head plunging thing. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. And, you know, if you could see what you're doing, I mean, sometimes there's hints you can see, and then I'd be like, you need to do that one. You know, not me. But yeah, I'm loving Amazing Race. I'm loving Survivors. And all our shows are back. So we're watching Chicago PD, Chicago Fire. This one has a little burr, so we're gonna take that out of there. And so we're behind on a lot of them because we only watch an hour of everything every night. And I mean, Survivor and Amazing Race is an hour and a half, so we definitely only watch one there. But most times we only watch one show. And then I say, I want to read. And he wants to watch the playoffs anyway, so. And the juniors too, the Canada team, like there was a tournament. So he was watching that and the playoffs, NHL, so Stanley Cup. So he doesn't mind. And I read. So I read a little bit more of Faybound. I think I'm at page 60 or something like that. Not very far in. It's a 400-page book. So I'm hoping today to read at least 50 pages. At least 50 pages of that one. And, I started reading Elusive by Emily Lloyd-Jones. I'm a little annoyed with that because my library has book number 1, but they don't have book number 2. I'm like, seriously? So I started reading it. I'm really into it. I'm about 50 pages in on that one too. And you don't have book 2? I looked for the physical book or the ebook, and they don't have it. So I'm like, darn it. So the ebook is like $12. I'm like, so, because I'm trying not to buy books, right? I'm really trying not to buy books. So what I'll do is I'll just put it on my wish list for Amazon and then wait a few months and see if it goes on sale, you know, for $3.99 or whatever. And then I'll buy it. We'll see. We'll see. I like to finish series, you know, at least within the year. So I don't need the book right away. I don't need the book right away, but I wouldn't mind finishing it this year. But talk about how this book was, the first one was written in 2014, and how close it is to, well, I mean, there is a fantasy element to it because people are turning into superheroes. But what happened in 2020? Oh, I was reading that at first. I'm like, did she write that after 2020? Because it's about a pandemic. And nope, 2014. So it's really good though. I'm enjoying it. I don't think I could have read it in 2020. Would have been too close to, you know, it's just like there is, I think it's a thriller and it's called 56 Days, and they wrote it, whoever wrote it, during what happened. And, you know, I have it, but I think I might be okay to read it now. Okay, wow, we're already starting this one here, which this one is number 21. 21. That might be what's over here. So if these here, I didn't throw them out. So if I see some that are really close to that, I think there's only one. This one right there. The other ones are probably the other color. I don't know. I saved one. And I'm watching the TV adaptation of The Wheel of Time, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's good. Bridgerton, the next season is coming out in June. So I won't be reading. I guess it's coming out in 2 waves though. So there might be only like 5 episodes and then 5 episodes or something. So I am definitely a few nights. I'm just going to be watching Bridgerton. I usually, that and Virgin River, as soon as they come out, I just binge watch them. And then I don't do a lot of reading then. See, there's another one that fell. I don't do a lot of reading when some of my shows drop. Oh, that's what it's called, The House of the Dragon. That's coming out in June too, but we don't have Crave. So we might have to wait a little bit on that. I canceled my Paramount subscription for a few months until some of the seasons, you know, come out. And then I'd rather pay for it in the summer because then our regular shows aren't on. Like basically the only thing that's on is Big Brother, right? And then we have time, although we're, you know, like to do outdoor stuff in the summer, but then when if it's raining or whatever, then we can watch a whole season of something, you know. We're not going to the campground this summer, so that's not gonna affect that. Hey, is that the one I put in there? Because that is not the same. I think it's this one. The other one, whatever this is. Oh, it's the... I don't think there's any left of those to do. Is this one the same? Oh, they all have burrs and stuff. Okay, they were, I must not have cleaned them off. And then they just got pushed into the canvas. We'll just get rid of those. That's probably what happened. We have 10 minutes, so we should be able to get this done. But even if we don't, that's okay. I'm going to do another half hour later. So it will definitely be done. And I think because I'm going to have kind of a period in between the two sessions that I'm not doing this, I think I'll keep going with that color and just kind of get it done. And it'll be done on both sides. That's pretty cool. Okay. So it feels like we're such like ahead of the game on a lot of stuff, so that's good. We got a lot of our stuff done around the house, and like I know we won't be able to plant till the end of May or beginning of June. And last year he was still building the beds, you know what I mean? And it was like, okay, well, they got to be built because I got to put them in. And here we are, like May 5th yesterday, and he has 2 out of the 3 built. And he'll probably get the other one built. I don't know if he'll do it during the evening this week or he'll just do it this weekend, you know, Saturday or Sunday. Saturday is going to be busy too. Mason has 2 hockey games and that's both days. He's going to have 2 hockey games and a soccer practice. So, and the hockey games, you're there for 2 hours, right? An hour before, an hour for the game. So that's 2, 4. And then the soccer game, you only have to get there when the game starts, so, or the practice starts, or the tryouts or whatever. That's still 5 hours a day, over a day. So the weekend, we'll probably have Saturday or Sunday off. His new team, they're kind of struggling. They're starting to gel, but it's gonna take, it's like anything, right? It takes time. So takes time. There. Woohoo. I think I'm going to put more in there because it's easier to make rows of 3 and get that done because I only have about 7 minutes left. So I'd like to get most of that done. So I'm going to take out the 3. Oh, I guess I only had 2 on that one. One thing I'd love to do is clean out my truck. Oh, because all those tournaments away, you're eating in the truck and oh, it's a mess. So I want to clean it out, wash it out, get it all cleaned up. See, we used to do that at the campground, right? Oh, it's a nice Sunday afternoon. Let's take the buckets out and, you know, vacuum the vehicles and wash them out. Won't be able to do that there, but we can do it here. We have a spray washer, and we want so we can do the vehicles, and we want to wash our siding this year. That's one thing we want to do is wash the siding. So it's good that we're not going to, you know, a campground like that because we can get a lot of this stuff that we've been wanting to get done this summer. So like build the chicken coop, because we're going to be here every night. So we can say, okay, you know, let's do that. And then let's do washing the siding and that kind of stuff. So then by next year, if we do decide to go, then it's, all that stuff is done. All that stuff is done. And, you know, next year we'll probably do 3 more beds of garden. I don't know. I think I'd like to go up to 12. So we'll do 3 a year. 1, I don't want to buy all that wood, and then we're so busy that Dave might not have time to build it, and then it stays there for a year, and then the wood warps, you know, and all that stuff. So then it's wasting, right? So I only want to buy what we have time to do. And 2, it's great. It's better like budgeting, right? Because it's not just the wood. We buy the soil to go in it too. So it's gonna kind of work out. I bought there's like a tarp that you can put underneath and on top. 1, it stops the weeds from going up, and 2, it stops the weeds on the top, so you burn holes where you put your stuff. So I bought that fabric. It was on sale when I bought it on Amazon, so that was a bonus. And it's got like, I don't know, 300 feet or something, so we got lots. So what we're gonna do is, like, the 2 beds have garlic in it. We won't be able to do those this year. But the other one that's there, what we're going to do is put it under a new one, move all the soil from that bed to the new bed, and then put the fabric on the bottom and on the top, like once we are ready to go. And this, at the end of the summer, when the garlic is done, or next year, it doesn't matter. What we're gonna do is when we build the new ones, we'll move the soil from those ones into the new ones, and then we'll be able to put it under those 2. Trying to make it so that it's the least amount of work possible, right? 1, we have a lot of mosquitoes. Oh, no, thank you. So I don't like going out there too long because you get eaten alive. So going out there just to water them is good. So if the least amount that I have to weed, the better. So we're gonna do that. We got all the stuff for that. I was thinking about getting those fabric containers and maybe doing potatoes in those this year. I might do that. Because those containers are only like $25 and you get like 6 of them. And then I was thinking of getting the ones that are vertical too. So I thought maybe those would be good for herbs. We'll see. My sister-in-law said that she'll give me some chives. So Dave's got to go over and get me some chives. I'm going to ask too if I can have a few rhubarbs. Oh no, she said her rhubarbs weren't doing good. I might go over to my mother-in-law's. She has some there. I'm going to get some and transplant them. I transplanted a few next year, but I love rhubarb. Like, love rhubarb. Ooh, actually, maybe that's what I'll do. I have rhubarb in the freezer, and if we get strawberries tonight, I'll try to do a rhubarb strawberry pie. That would be good. What I'll do is make maybe a couple, because if you're gonna make one, you might as well make a couple. And then I can freeze one. And then when we're wanting one, we can just, hey, here we go. It's like I was thinking about making a carrot cake, but I don't want a carrot cake that, I don't want to, you know, eat a whole carrot cake. I'm losing weight lately, so I want to keep that going, but I don't want to deprive myself of anything. I just want to be more active and like eat less sugar for sure. But so what I want to do is bake it and just keep half out. So we have a couple of pieces each, you know, 2 nights of carrot cake. The rest is in the freezer. And the next time we want some, boom, we have carrot cake. So yeah, I definitely want to go walk today because last week I only got 2 days in, which is not good. I want at least 4. So we went yesterday. We did 5K. So that's the first time. I start on Sunday. So that's the first time for this week, right? I got 1 time done and we did 5 kilometers. And if I go today, I'll probably only do 3 during the week because I just have so much to do. But 3 kilometers is better than not doing it at all, right? So do 3 kilometers. And then I'll go again tomorrow because I don't have the baby. But then I'll go Wednesday, Thursday with the baby. I gotta wash her. We got a new stroller. Well, it's an old stroller, but new to us. It's a little, I don't know how people sell stuff and don't clean it. I never understood that, but anyway, it's pretty dirty. So I gotta wash that. So that's something I gotta do today or tomorrow so that it's dry for the day, you know what I mean? For when I need it. I should have washed it on the weekend. Kind of ran out of time. But maybe I'll wash it and then take the stuff inside so that it's hot, so that it dries it. Like even if I have to drive the stroller inside, whatever. At least it'll have a chance to dry. It has been a few hours. It's almost, what is it? Almost 2 or 2:30? So it's been a few hours. I've done quite a few things. We're gonna get working on this one right here because it's already out. So I went upstairs. I had to clean off some stuff off my desk because I was working on something on Saturday and I didn't put it away. So I put it away and then I filmed 2 videos. I still haven't done the filming of like cleaning, but my back and my legs were killing me after I finished all that. So I thought, you know what? Let's come downstairs. And then I was gonna film this right away and then looked at my phone and it was dead. I only had like 5% left or something. So I'm like, you know what? Go charge the phone. And I still hadn't fed my sourdough starter. So I did that. And then when I put the discard away, I'm like, oh my gosh, my jar is basically full. So before I put the discard away, I'm like, you know what? I want to try bagels with sourdough discard, with sourdough starter. So I made 11 so I can later on do some bagels. I'm hoping to find a recipe that I can just leave overnight or something. I don't know if I'm going to have the energy to do it tonight. Because, you know, you have to shape them I think you have to let them rise for a bit, and then you have to boil them, and then you bake them. And I thought I had everything bagel seasoning, like to put over top. Can't find it. So I'll have to look again and see if I can find that, because I think I'd like to make some everything bagel. But we buy bagels probably, like I don't eat them, but Dave does, and Mason, when Mason's over. So we buy bagels every 2 weeks, and they're not cheap anymore. You know, it used to be you get 2 for $5. Well, now I think it's 2 for everything's almost doubled in price, but I think it's like $8 maybe now, 2 for $8. So I'm like, you know what? I can probably make them for cheaper than that. So I'm only trying a recipe that makes like 8. So we can try them out and see how we like them. I know the sourdough bread, we definitely enjoy it more than the store-bought bread. So we haven't been buying store-bought bread at all. I just always make sure that I have one kind of fermenting in the fridge, because it can stay there for 4 or 5 days. I think the one that's in there now, I did it on Friday. So tomorrow I'll cook it or bake it. And then the day after, I'll make another bread. And I'll stick it in the fridge. Sometimes I make 2. Like if I wait too long before I make it, and I'm like, well, the first one is only going to stay in the fridge for 24 hours. And then, you know, in a couple of days or 3 days, I'll have to make another one. So I just make 2. But I think tomorrow, because we still have like a quarter of a bread left. So I'm thinking that bread will probably last us 3 or 4 days. So I don't need to make 2 is my point, is I'll probably, the next day after I bake it, then that's when I make another bread to put it in the fridge. Because I find that if it ferments for a long time, it tastes so good. It tastes so good. It's really extra sour. So we like it that way. So I made that. I started 11. So with that 11, I could either make bread or sourdough bagels. And I think I'm going to try bagels. And then I had a bunch of starter, and I'm like, oh, I got to use that. So I made a batch of waffles. Now it's got to sit on the counter all night or all day till about, I don't know, 9 o'clock tonight, 8 o'clock tonight. I think if I do it at 8, it'll be fine. It can stay on the counter up to 12 hours, but I know I won't want to stay up that late to make waffles. So they'll get like 8 or 9 hours of fermenting, and that is good. I needed to use the sourdough discard, and I needed to use the buttermilk. So it was the perfect, I made a double batch, so it's going to make 20 waffles, which is fine. And then I was like, oh, should I go for a walk? And I'm like, I'm so exhausted. So I just had a little snack, watched a YouTube video, and I'm like, okay, I got to go finish doing this, right? This one here. Because it's still on my counter, and I don't want it to stay there till supper time, because I'm going to have to make supper here soon. I was going to make something else, but I think I'm just so exhausted. I'm just going to put that pie in the oven, that chicken pot pie, and then it's done. I don't have to do anything else. That's easy on me, right? I'll make the spaghetti sauce tomorrow. Have the baby tomorrow, but like I said, most of the stuff is already cut up. So I might cut the mushrooms later and then just put them in a container, put them in the fridge. And then tomorrow it's like just dumping everything in the pot and cooking the hamburger. But that's not bad. I just have to get up every, 5 minutes or so and stir it up. So that's doable. Geez, I almost put the whole container in here of this green. So that's doable. So I think I'll make the spaghetti sauce tomorrow. And then we'll probably have spaghetti tomorrow, and he can bring the pie to work. And then the next day we're gonna have to have a salad, something with salad, because we got one of those containers full from Costco. It's the cheapest place to get salad. It's like $3.99. Like, you can't beat that. And there's so much. It's almost too much for me and Dave, but it's like $5 for a little one at the grocery store. So it's like, we almost eat salad till we're sick of it, but then we won't get salad for, we won't get salad for next week. We'll do the frozen veggies or whatever. But the salad is good till the 11th, and we usually, push it a day or two. So if we have some tomorrow and then 2 days later, it should be enough. We can even have donaires again and use that. Maybe that's what we'll do. Or we could have a taco salad. We could do that one night. That uses up a lot of the lettuce. My biggest thing is not cooking the meals. Although when I'm exhausted, I don't feel like doing anything. Like today, I'm just like, ugh. We had a big day yesterday. Plus, we went on a 5K walk. I think I will. I will go on a walk. I will go on a walk. Because last week, there's a few days that I was like, oh, I don't feel like it. And then I ended up walking 2 days. So I have to push myself. Once I'm out there, I'm loving it. So I just got to push myself. Now that I've had probably 15 minutes that I kind of relaxed and watched a video, and then doing this for half an hour, I'm going to go for my walk. And I still have one video to film upstairs, which is the cleaning video. And then I have to edit the one I did on the weekend and put it up on my YouTube channel, like on the channel. So that takes a while too. So it's a good thing that I'm not doing anything that takes a long time to cook, because it's going to take me the rest of the afternoon to do that. And I'm going to be listening to an audiobook while I walk. So I'm going to feel like I got some reading in. And once I'm all done that, even before I edit the video, I think I'll take probably 45 minutes and try to get in a couple of chapters on one of the books. And then I'll edit the video and then I'll read again. So I'll make some progress on the Wheel of Time, which yesterday I didn't even listen to a little bit of it because I didn't go upstairs. I should have done a cleaning video yesterday, but some days are just you're too exhausted. And it's okay to take time for yourself. But that's what walking is too. I'm like, okay, you need to do stuff for yourself, and getting in shape is doing stuff for yourself, right? So that everything doesn't hurt and you get, lose a few pounds so it's healthier. So I'm gonna go. I just talked myself into going. Plus, I'll get to listen to my audiobook when I come back. Maybe that's when I'll read for 45 minutes, because I'll probably be like, exhausted. So I'll take a 45-minute break. I'll read. Then I'll go upstairs and clean. And you know what? I'll listen to the audiobook there too. So that's twice you know, in one day that I'll be able to make progress in that book. I think the first book I'm going to read in, like physically, is going to be Feybound, because that was the one I started before Elusive. Now, when I finish Sky Hunter, I'm like, oh, I want to get the ebook of Steel Striker, which is the end of the series. It's a duology. Oh no, my library doesn't have the ebook. They only had the physical book. So I'm like, okay. So I put a hold on it and it's already there. So I'm like, it's not that my library is far, but it's just, I don't like going out. So I have a book, that Elusive book. So I'm like, you know what? I have to the 14th to pick up that other book. So we're the 7th or the 6th today. Maybe it's not the 14th. I'll have to look at the date. Double check. But I started reading that other book because if I'm going to go to the library, I might as well drop one off. So I want to finish this book so I can drop it off and pick up the other one. And then I don't think I'll order or put on hold any more physical books for a while because I want to read stuff in my library first. So like my personal one that I have from home. And last month, I think I only read 3 that were from my own personal library. So this month, I'd like to do at least half of the books, at least, you know, so that my TBR on my own shelf goes down. I'm not adding to it, so that's the good thing. That's a good thing. I'm not adding to the TBR. So I already sat down and kind of figured out what I'd like to read this month. And I think The Women by Kristen Hanna is going to become available on through my library. Libby, I guess, through my library. And then The Catch, I think, is going to become available. So I put those 2 on my list because, you know, the last book of the I don't know what the name of the series is, but it's The Secret Curse. So I'd like to read that one. That's only like 299 pages, so should be fairly easy. Then I want to read Chain of Gold too, and that's a big, it's over 600 pages, so that's a big one. But I'm trying to finish the ones that I'm reading now because they're pretty close to, one is exactly 400 and the other one 2, I think both of them are basically 400. So they're not like thin books, you know. So I'd like to get those done. Okay, let's do F. There's not a lot of F. Let's get it done. That's number 8. Let's get that one done. I got a whole lot more than I thought I was going to get done today. I can tell you that. I didn't think it was going to be this little left. You know what I mean? And I still have 15 minutes. So, man, it's going to be close to being able to finish this whole thing. You know what I mean? Oh, look what I forgot. Up there. Let's do that right away. That was 21. Right? Let's make sure. Yep. 21. Totally missed the ones up there. So let's get that. Oops. Come on. Well, it was a 3 thing, but I put them down separately in the end. It's all right. Okay. That's better. Nothing left. Nope. So let's do X now. What's X? X is number 43. 43, and it's DMC 938. It's like a brown. Oh, it's pretty. I'm going to put the cover on because I've knocked those over a few times. So I'd rather not do that today. They're so little and finicky to pick up. I'm going to take the few seconds and put the cover back on. So I'm kind of proud of myself. See, yesterday I didn't film, but I ended up editing, I don't know, 4 videos. So, and then Katie came over for an hour and a half. I would have kept editing, but I'd rather visit with the baby and Katie than edit. She's like, are you busy? No. Are you sure you're not busy? I was like, well, I was editing, but I'm okay with stopping. I got 3 done, so I feel good with that amount. So I've been working long hours upstairs on the days that I don't have the baby, so it's all good. It's all good. My energy level is starting to come up, and that is good. That is good. I was, for a while there, I was like, oof, is this what life is going to be like from now on? You know, I hope not. But the energy level is coming up, which is good. Tomorrow I'll make the spaghetti sauce, and then that's going to give us meals for a few days, right? Like I'm going to freeze just, what do you call it? Just the spaghetti sauce. But I think I'm going to try and make maybe a couple lasagna and freeze them. We'll see. Even one would help. One thing I wanted to do yesterday, and I never did, is I wanted to make a meal plan for this week. Because that's always helpful. Knowing what you're going to do is helpful. So like tonight we're going to have the pie. Then we're going to have spaghetti. Then we're going to have, you know, lettuce, like a salad with, I don't know, some kind of meat. Pork chops or whatever. And then I think we can make nachos this week too. We haven't had nachos in a couple of weeks, so that'll be good. How about if we do that one right there, which is number 13, which is DMC 400. There's not a lot of them, but I kind of don't want to venture here. I want to finish over here, I guess, more than I want to finish that section. That one there, we can leave it for, I guess it'll be tomorrow. That's another thing I was looking at. I did do a schedule this week, like Monday, I want to do this, 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 and this. And it's all work related. I didn't put, like make, you know, spaghetti sauce and that kind of stuff or bagels. Maybe at some point I'll do that too. But for now, I'm just kind of doing a work schedule, stuff that I'd like to do. And I have everything done on it for today, except the cleaning of the section that I wanted to do. But I didn't put any time to edit videos, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to add that in there because it needs to happen. It was just a quick one that I did yesterday because I got a new Clever Fox planner. It was sent to me by Clever Fox, which I'm so excited. And so I want to use it. So I started to use it. I was going to start in April, and I never got around to it. That's how crazy April was. So now we're going to do C And C is DMC 301 and container 6. So we'll do C. So yeah, I kind of did that. So that's a start. A start to use that. And then what else did I do yesterday? Oh, this afternoon, what I'd like to do is go put the cow manure and the blood meal on the garlic, because it was supposed to rain all day, but it stopped. And now it's nice. Well, it's cloudy, but it's nice. So I can go out there and do that. So I want to do that for sure. Tonight, we got to put the lights up for the other seedlings, because my peppers, almost all the peppers are up, and I know I'm so late. I'm just like, oh. But I'm going to baby them. I'm going to take care of them, and hopefully, you know, it's better than starting them from seed in the garden. So we're going to do the arrow now, which is container 5, DMC 300. It's better than starting them from seed in the garden. I wouldn't get anything for sure. So I'm going to make sure to give them lots of, I have seaweed and something else that's supposed to be really good for like plants and stuff and gardening stuff. So last year I started giving them that and they just boom, you know. I'm just waiting till they're, you know, at least seedlings. I don't want to do that when they're not even out of the ground. So, but I have three trays now that everything is up pretty much over 50%. So now I have to put them under lights, and then I go look, and every day there's more and more that's, you know, sprout up. And so it's like, yes. There we go. I think I got everything. Yes. That was number 5. What am I going to do next? I still have a few minutes. Like 6 minutes. Let's do S. What is S? 45. And that is DMC 976. Okay. This is like confetti, right? So it's the right time to do it. Sort of like at the end, because you're like, oh, I just have a few minutes left. So we're just going to do the little bit of stuff here. It's not my favorite to do. I know some people, they love confetti. I don't like big section of one color, but I like a little bit of variety. Okay, we got that done. Now we'll do the wand, which is 52. 52, which is DMC 3826. That too, there's only a few. Maybe we'll do the AB too. Just get them done. They're not my favorite to do, so I usually keep them till the very end. And that's going to be the very end of this section, right? So go. We'll get this one done up here. Cool beans. Okay, now we'll do the AB, which is container 2 and DMC 141. We'll do that. Oh, we might have time to do another one after this. Might do this one because there's not a lot there. Like the N's and the 8s, there's quite a bit, so I'm like, Man, at this rate, I'm almost like, should I just do another 5 minutes? Might be 8 minutes, right? And I'll have the whole thing done, which I didn't think that was a possibility. Like, I was like, there's absolutely no way I can get that much done in an hour and a half. And we're getting, I mean, this is close, right? Okay, what is that? 49, 49, 49, 49. And that is DMC 3782. Yeah, I only have 3 minutes now. I like to make it to the 30. We'll see how much is left. And it's not as if it's going to be a long time before I work on it again. It's literally going to be tomorrow morning. But, oh, I could open a new section. A new section and have it done. Have this done. So, I think that would be almost worth it. Almost worth it. There we go. Woohoo. Okay, how much is left? Like 2 minutes. Oops. Let's do the N. If I can find it quickly enough, 15. And that's DMC 414. It's a gray. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Because I'm in a rush, I'm going to do, right, the 3. Only 2 came off, but then I went and just got 2, so that's okay. Let's get this. 20 seconds. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's just fun. I like to give myself kind of, you know, challenges, see what I can get done. Oh, it just turned at 30 minutes. And look at that. Only had 3 left to put in this. So I got, oh, I forgot those. I got quite a bit done, right? I'm impressed. Well, I'm not going to finish that, but I am, because I don't like that I left that open. So that was 15. So what was that, 49? And of course, that one, I did put it away. Oh, no, I didn't. 49 is right here. And I might do that one because it's a lonely one. And why not, right? So tomorrow when we start, all we'll have to do is number 8. And we'll move in right to the next one. And actually, probably first thing tomorrow morning, I'll just, I was going to say, I'll rip it off right away because there's number 8 going into here. So I might as well. Or I can just do this. And then when I get there, take it off. So I do the 8s right away. Okay, what is that one? Number 20. 20. Number 20. Okay. Woohoo. Well, I'm happy with how much I got done today. So that's it. So if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.